everyone. So I started Goldrun to take advantage of some of the smartphone technology that we just saw, which is really now pervasive and quite amazing. So Goldrun is a mobile augmented reality platform that brings together sort of the real world and the digital world in new ways. And I wanted to start Goldrun because I was really thinking about what the language of the future is. And I was convinced it was a visually based language. We have advertising all around us across sports, entertainment, retail, basically everything. And it wasn't being translated well into mobile. And so I felt like if there was a platform that could be created that would translate all this content into mobile in a new way, that could be quite powerful. So what we're doing is literally turning every photograph into a user-generated ad. So what that means is that the user becomes a brand ambassador for a particular advertiser. And I'll show you some examples. So right now we're on iOS, Android, and optimized for tablets. We have our platform, which is Goldrun. We have a white label. We also have an API if you have your own app. And I'm just going to walk you through a few case studies. And so this first one is for Airwalk, which is a sneaker brand. And they didn't have any stores in the US, and they wanted to be able to have virtual points of sale. So if we think about the web back in the day, it's basically creating points of sale online, and brands needed to establish a presence there. And since then, basically every brand did. What we're going to see moving forward is that every brand is going to need a sort of presence offline in the physical world using what's called geofencing. It's basically, GPS-based hot zones. So with that, I'm just going to play this video and then explain a little bit more about it after.
This is an Airwalk store. And so is this. They are the world's first invisible pop-up stores. Stores that can be set up anywhere at any time. Simply by using smartphones, geolocation, and augmented reality. We created them for the limited edition relaunch of the Airwalk Gym, a sneaker originally made for kids who hang out in skate parks or on the beach instead of going to gym class. So that's where we set up the stores. Because the marketing budget was small, we relied on bloggers to get the word out. And on November 6th, 2010, the stores went live for one day. To get the gym, people had to be in the right location, so they downloaded the Goldrun app, found the store, found the shoe, and bought it. It got a lot of buzz. Airwalk got $5 million worth of earned media, and their e-store had its busiest weekend ever.
Tell me what augmented reality shopping is and why that's going to be a big deal this year.
Augmented reality is pretty rad. For example, in New York City, we've got an invisible store where if you're in the right location and you put your phone up, you can see a whole Airwalk store.
An exclusive product sold to an exclusive audience for an entirely new retail experience.
They're a cool style, and I'm glad they're back, and I'm going to get a pair today.
The Invisible Pop-Up Store. Watch out for the next one, invisibly appearing near you.
So we've since launched dozens of these for different brands across the world, and they can exist in multiple locations simultaneously, and all the photographs that are taken of the product, become something that the brand can reuse as secondary marketing collateral, as well as actually tie to ROI and specifically sell product through the app experience. This next one is a completely sort of different use case, same technology. This is for the New York Giants. They won the Super Bowl. Tiffany designed the rings for them, and they won the Lombardi Trophy. So to reward their fans, they were letting their fans try on the rings virtually and also pose with the Lombardi Trophy. I'm just going to show you a quick video from that.
All of our success this year is due to our fans. And what better way for them to share in this championship than to use augmented reality and have a virtual ring of their own?
So for their fans, this was really an instant way that they could feel part of, the Giants and part of the experience. And within less than a week, they had 30,000 photos from their 30,000 fans participate, and that was just the beginning. It just kicked off about a week and a half ago. And so it was quickly a way that they could sort of start to engage fans on Facebook. So one of the problems that a lot of brands are facing that we're realizing talking to them is that they might have X number of fans on their brand page, but they don't have anything for them to do other than just hit a like button. And so if they can go and tell them to actually virtually try on a shirt or pose with a Smurf from a film or pose with a TV character, or try on the Giants ring, all of a sudden it's a real call to action and engagement that provides real value to them. And they can also obviously sell product, which the Giants were doing. And then just lastly, it's another example. This is with NBC, which is network in the, that has a number of hit shows in the US, and Bloomingdale's, a big retailer. So we hot zoned every Bloomingdale's across the country and turned it into a virtual photo booth. So when you're in the Bloomingdale's store, you could pose with any of the actors from the TV show. And this content we can also bring into people's living rooms and really create entirely new extensions of brand properties.
Goldrun teamed up with Bloomingdale's to bring the stars of NBC's new fall shows right to your fingertips. Using the free Goldrun app, shoppers could head to the nearest Bloomingdale's store and take their place on the red carpet alongside virtual celebrities or wrap their arms around the bunnies of the Playboy Club. Shoppers shared their moment in the spotlight by emailing, Facebook posting, and tweeting their images, and vied for prizes like shopping sprees, trips to Hollywood, and even a walk-on role on an NBC program. There were over 20,000 photos taken, 10,000 images shared online, and Bloomingdale's got 5,000 new customer contacts. Goldrun. Mobile AR. Made easy.
And that's it. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Let's go over here. Augmented, come on over here. Augmented reality. Remember, it was huge for a while. Like it was, probably about 2 years ago, it really took off. It should be on.
Is this on?
Yeah,
okay.
Right.
I think augmented reality has been very gimmicky, and it was something that I really disliked for a long time. And that was because it was used in this sort of one-off way that didn't provide any real ROI for brands or advertisers. So, my vision for starting this company was to actually take it out of the world of gimmicky one-offs and bring it in, literally use it to create a new ad platform in the mobile space. And that's what we've done. And we have over 100 clients and have really been able to transform things from one-offs into sort of an engaging, photo-driven social experience that really creates social commerce.
It's still early days because it's clear.
It's very early days.
It's clear that that NBA, that NFL player who was
Yeah.
announcing on that, I don't think he really knew what he was saying.
Well, actually, you'd be surprised because a lot of the NFL players actually posed with the virtual rings.
Oh, did
so
they?
So they, they did. It's very simple. People understand after, I think, the popularity of Instagram, people understand what taking a photo is on their smartphone. And then if you have a virtual layer on top of it, it's actually a very simple extension of what a user experience already is. So it's a quite simple leap for people to make.
What's interesting is that most of what you're doing is youth-oriented, I would imagine, right? Because and we found in some of our data, like a lot of people, we were going with a radio station 35 and up. And everyone was like, you're never going to get guys who are 35 and up liking a Facebook page. But what we actually found is the opposite, is that they did, and when they did, because it was their only brand, they were very engaged with it. And we got a lot of ratings off it. So how are you, is it the same for you? Have you done anything with an older demographic that has surprised you?
Sure. Well, I mean, the Giants, a lot of it were people in their 30s, a lot of guys in their 30s. Obviously, if you something like the Smurfs film, which we did, it was a lot of moms in their 30s and 40s taking photos of their kids. So it really depends on the brand that we're working with. We did something for HBO for their show True Blood, and again, slightly older demographic, 20s and 30s. So it depends on who's coming to us to use the technology. We're really just a distribution play for any brand or entertainment property or sports property to reach their particular fan base.
Because
So-
it seems like you need to be a real fan, because there's a lot of steps to do this, right? You have to download an app, you have to get the video, you have to, you have to
It depends. I mean, if our API is being used in an existing app, then they already have that app, assuming they're a fan of that brand, and so they're just hitting the camera button. So it's a pretty simple process, actually.
Great, thanks
Yeah.
very much. Really appreciate
Thank
you
you.
coming.
Thank
Big
you.
round of applause.